Do you want to stay for this question? And then ladies, do you think mandatory paternity testing would hurt or help women in today's society?
I don't know. I feel like that's such a broad question because I feel like in some ways it could be harmful, but in other ways, I think overall it would be helpful in terms of, child support and knowing it. But it's like, that's odd because it's like, what's the circumstance? Is it just like for every birth, there's a paternity test?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what ways would that be harmful?
Women are furious because of this new law that requires mandatory paternity tests.
I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid.
They say there's no problem with you taking care of another man's kid.
I don't think there's any issue with a man taking care of another man's child.
But the real reason they don't see a problem with tricking you into raising another man's child is because they benefit from it. They could care less how it affects anyone else.
You can guess the tension in the air.
Yo, man, what's up? Why you knocking on my door like that?
It's an emergency.
What's up?
I need you to come to the courthouse with me real quick.
What you need me to come? No, hell no. I ain't finna go to no courthouse.
Come on. No, wait.
Go to the courthouse for what?
So I can take you off of child support. Don't you want to get taken off of child support?
Take me off for child support?
Yeah.
You up to some?
No, I'm not.
Now, so you want to be next? Take me off for child support?
Yeah, come on. Don't you want to get taken off of child support? Ain't you tired of paying that shit?
I am tired of paying it, but why though? Like, why now though? Like,
because Trump finna be in office, and you know what I'm saying? He finna make it to where you can't file taxes if the other parent is paying child support. So I need you to come down here. I'd rather have the taxes than that motherfucking child support. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to run?
You don't pay shit in child support. I feel like that ain't fair. You don't pay
So-
shit in child support like that.
Also,
Child support ain't shit.
I knew it was something.
Come on, we can
I
bust
knew
the
it was
taxes
something.
down.
No, I'm cool. You know something? I think that taxes sound better than me paying.
Come
So,
on,
hell no,
man,
no,
bro.
don't touch me. No, hell no. You
That
can't
ain't
play
fair.
me.
I have them
No,
all the
see,
time,
would've-
bro.
no,
I
listen,
have them all the
would've
time.
tried
I
to
spend
work-
more money than fucking child support, bro.
I would have tried to work something out with you, but the only reason why you here because you want to get taxes. Guess who got taxes now? Me. Yeah.
Man, get your
you
foul
can get that
ass
child
on,
support,
bro.
man. Hey, I'm not going to no courthouse with you. That's your ass.
Yeah, that's
get.
gonna be the next thing
Hey,
that's getting decided on. I'm taking.
Hey,
I'm
listen, I
gonna
don't
fight
care about none of
against that.
I get them taxes.
We
Hey,
gonna all come together and we
listen
gonna
here,
go
let
to
me
the
tell you
Supreme
something.
Court with that
Let me
shit.
tell you something.
Cause that shit
Hey,
is not right.
Hey, let me tell you something. Thank God for Donald Trump. Now get on my doorstep.
Man, shut your ass up.
So, women were okay with collecting half a man's check for child support, but can't seem to come to a neutral understanding that men who pay child support deserve to claim their kids.
As a mother of 4 children, my kids have 3 different dads. I saw Trump's new law, and I agree. If a man is willing to pay child support and they are willing and forced to pay medical support, by them claiming the kids on their taxes, it gives them a break too, okay? I know a lot of people are against this because I personally feel a lot of women look forward to tax season because of those tax refunds, right? But at the end of the day, if you're dependent on a tax refund, maybe you should find a better career path, stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, no, I actually think it's a good idea because what's happening is these men are forced to pay child support, or women are forced to pay child support. And then from there, they have to provide medical as well. But if you do not claim your children on medical, if you qualify for any kind of health support, you have to pay out of pocket for your children regardless. They will not let you add them to your plan unless you claim them on taxes. So I understand why Trump's doing this.
Ladies, listen up good and listen good. To all the men out there, this is some great news and I need you to hear. Donald Trump just tweeted, if you put your baby's father on child support, you cannot claim the child for income tax. Only the father can. Only the father can claim the child for income tax. You can't. Damn, boy. Trump, where you been at?
These mothers brought up their daily parental duties as what a parent is supposed to do, looking to be compensated for what they demanded in court, dictated what the father can and cannot do, and fought for, set the parameters for the father visitation so that she can get more money when the father has less time spent, have always been the problem.
It's like, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. Because a lot of these brothers need to be on child support because they are not financially supporting the kid. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's like, you suffer the consequences for him having to pay child support, when a lot of the times these guys out here are deadbeats. They need to be on child support. But making the father being able to get the credit for the kid at the end of the year for income tax, and what if that's your only kid? What if that's money that you rely on because your income and you've been filing your kid every year? Like, I know that y'all gotta be like thinking like what Trump was thinking when he decided to come up with that kind of a concept. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Then I hear that he's trying to like stop, people that's on Section 8. I hear that he's, a possible stimulus that's going to be coming out. Like, I think it's like $1,400. The only thing that I am so happy about, though, like when I do my overtime, I'm excited about, anything over the 40 hours, that'll be tax-free money for us. You know what I mean? So that way, when we doing all of that overtime, we get to see that money. You know what I mean? We don't have to get taxed and they killing us. The more money we make, the more they take. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm kind of happy about that. But some of them bills that Trump passed, guys, y'all better be ready, because he is not playing. And I feel bad for, mothers that possibly just put their baby fathers on child support. It won't happen for them this year because they haven't put they probably just put the child father on child support this year sometime. But I just feel really bad because you figure like this year right here, 2025, the whole time, if the father is paying child support, he gets to claim the kid at the end of the year of 2026. So I'm just telling you guys right now. I mean, if you have multiple kids, it's different. But when you only got one and you rely on that source of income, it's going to damage a lot of, single moms out there. So we definitely got to send our prayers up for all of the single mothers out there that has to, go through the lack of support from fathers that don't want to support the kid. And then they out there working so hard and busting their behinds. And then here go Trump with this law that could kind of like damage stuff for single mothers. You know what I mean?
Again, the money is only used for the child's needs. For the mother to drive to soccer practices and games is on her. For the mother living where she living is on her. She must work just like the father to be the same provider for the child. They're literally telling on themselves that they're committing fraud and saying that they're unable to take care of the child on their own merits.
He then said that he wanted the DNA test. You know that that's your kid. I will never give you a DNA test. That's not going to happen.
No?
Because I know, of course not.
But if he's asking for it.
I will not go. I did my research. I will never, ever give him a DNA test. You will need to take me to court.
Women that have children where their partner thinks it's theirs and they don't know until something happens that this is what's happening. I believe it doesn't matter. I do believe it's 50-50. I feel like both.
Here's why mums don't deserve that money. All child support should be put towards limited accounts and debit cards that can only and strictly be used for essential needs for kids and kids alone. Clothes and some food. Anything else is nothing more than a luxury. If you can't take care of the home you live in with the kids, give them to the person who can, the father.
There should be mandatory DNA testing at birth.
No.
I don't know why
Because it's calling my wife a whore to do that. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Why? Okay, so
because
women...
the assumption of the first of all, mandatory, good grief, but the premise of it is that my wife is sleeping around.
Okay, so
I'm quite confident my wife is not sleeping around.
The woman feels icky for a little bit, but then
the man feels icky. I would feel quite icky.
Wait. The woman feels icky for a little bit. Fine, maybe the man feels icky.
Certainly he would. You're calling his wife a whore and him a cuckold.
It prevents men from being put on child support and raising kids that aren't theirs.
You're saying they're
And
married.
if people want to opt out of it, fine, you can opt out.
So it's not mandatory.
But
it's voluntary. But there it is voluntary.
I think it would be better if it was mandatory. I think that's a better.
So then the men can opt out.
Oh my gosh, what are you?
Child support isn't a check for the custodial parent who is taking care of the child. Child support is only supposed to be used for the child's needs.
Fun fact. Paternity tests, which are used to confirm a man is the biological father of his child, are illegal in France. And if a father is caught using a paternity test in France or in any other country, he could face up to a year in jail and a $16,000 fine. In 1994, France banned DNA testing because it had the potential to break up too many families. Even today, at-home DNA tests like 23andMe are banned in France. Because in France, 5 out of 10 men and 4 out of 10 women admit to cheating on their partner. And culturally, the attitude towards cheating is quite relaxed. So the government worried that allowing DNA tests to be conducted freely would unnecessarily tear apart too many families, saying the law preserves the peace of families. And the only way to get a legal paternity test in France is if it's ordered by a judge.
So while everyone was busy worrying about the TikTok ban, did you see Trump's tweet saying about child support? How if you receive child support, you can no longer file for your child for taxes, and the person who pays child support can.
And remember, a woman gets free legal representation, while the father must pay for his all while paying child support and his living arrangements, and he's going to work having money deducted from his earnings before taxes.
He then said that he wanted the DNA test. You know that that's your kid. I will never give you a DNA test. That's not going to happen.
No?
Because I know, of course not.
But if he's asking for
Because
it.
I will not go it. I did my research. I will never, ever give him a DNA test. You will need to take me to court.
Now, the government needs to pass a law making paternity testing mandatory before the father signs the birth certificate. And frankly, those of you who say this isn't fair have never had to pay child support. The system is unfair to the dads who really work hard and get their money taken and their rights ignored.
40% of the children are not the man's child. 40%. He said 40%. And it's usually
DNA testing
it's
mandatory.
It's two scenarios. It's where the woman, the person's getting a DNA test because the woman claims that is their child. Turns out it's not. The other one is where the parent is on the deathbed and makes a confession, or they need they need a liver transplant, blood transfusion, and the blood type. There's no way that can actually be the father. So then they find out because of medical reasons. You mean that's not my father? Then the father finds out from that way. He said it took such a toll on him that he could no longer do it because he would be sitting on the phone counseling the men and the grown children who these women falsely accuse. We see it on Moore, we see it on paternity court, but yet we say men need to be held accountable.
What do you guys think? Should paternity testing be mandatory upon birth?
As a mother of 4 children, my kids have 3 different dads. I saw Trump's new law.
Y'all can't even put in for a social security card if the baby mama decides she ain't giving y'all none of the information.
Single mothers, I'm talking to you out there. This one is going to be directed at you.
This change in law will be grateful for fathers. I believe most of these men wanted to keep the family together, but the women kept the family apart. 80% of the time, the woman is the one who breaks up the family and files for divorce. These ladies need to realize that child support is not for them. Child support is for the child only, which they do not see because they want their hair and nails done. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support, so please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.